So this is my bullet journal. I've had this since 2018. I was only like 10 or 11, and I learned about the bullet journaling process through system through Pinterest, I think. And I loved it. But I really didn't use this very much because I was so young and I really was lazy and I didn't need it. I was only 10. I didn't really need to plan that much. But when I did use it, I would use it and then I would stop for a couple months and then I would restart. And when I restarted, I would tear out the stuff that was already in this book. I've done that, I used to do that all the time, and now I kind of regret because I wish I had those memories. But I will show you what is in here since then. This is so dirty, it's been 2 or 3 years. This index I realized I never use because really I don't flip through my bullet journal. Even lately, I just can find it pretty easily, so I used it to practice this font. And I started to not tear out in 2018 December. And look, my bullet journal has even grown so much, all the spreads that I do. I used to think that this was the only way you could do your weekly spreads. I used to think that everybody puts their weekly spreads before all their habit trackers and things like that, and I realize now that no wonder I kept stopping doing this stuff. It was because I didn't have anything new and fresh to do each week. So now I am so much more into it, being able to do stuff each week, making my new weekly spread. I don't understand why I did 2 pages for gift ideas, because I don't have all that much people to get gifts for. I used to love to doodle. You can see the doodles aren't that great. I'm still not the best at doodling, but I'm okay. See, I completely skipped 2019 and I went straight to 2020. In 2020 was really when I started to get into it. I followed people on YouTube that really got me inspired to do it. So this is the year that I really got into it. as I was flipping through, I kind of like tabbed some to talk about because I didn't want to take up too much time. So this, like, you will see as I flip through that all of these like spreads are 2-page spreads, which I thought was like the way you did it. I wanted to be like the people who all did it, and I thought the 2-page spreads were like the way to go. But it's not. I realize now that I can do whatever I want, and that bullet journaling is not a system where everyone does the same thing. It's everyone does what's tailored to them. Also, this mood tracker is like one of my favorite spreads, like my favorite habit trackers of all time. I found this idea on Pinterest, and I can't believe how well it turned out at that point of how like developed I was in the bullet journaling system. I'm surprised how good this spread turned out. Let me see if I can find my other tabbed areas. See, yeah, this too I want to make note. All of these spreads are 2 pages, and obviously I didn't really fill them up that much. So you can see this random calendar in here. This was actually recently. I just got like bored and I wanted to doodle stuff, and there's some extra pages to fill in, and I just went crazy putting random stuff everywhere. Let's see. You can see like this is so like boring though, because everything was the same. Like all of my like weekly spreads were the same. It's so boring. And in February, I got so like excited about like doing this that I set up March's spreads in February. See, I started to set it up, and I never ended up using it. I stopped midway through February using this until July. See, my July setup is here. So like I can't believe like how much better it looks like in that amount of time, how much I like studied and stuff of what to do, like how much better it looks. So we're at July, and you'd think that my like spreads would have extremely improved, and they did, except my weeklies are still before all of my tracking, which I am happy that I figured it out and was able to switch over. But gotta find my other tabs. This is the first attempt of mine at a quote page, and it is horrible. I messed up, and yeah, it's the worst quote page that anybody could ever do. I'm going to say favorite like a lot, but this is one of my favorite themes, the watermelon in August, and I love it. The only thing that I would change is that I used colored pencils and not like markers. I didn't really like think about using markers. Also, this bullet journal's like paper quality sucks. It's horrible. Like you can see everything through the back of it. Like see, you can see, I don't think you can on camera, but you can like see everything, and it really sucks. So I bought a much better one for 2021, and I will have my bullet journal 2021 setup coming out in a couple of weeks, so stay tuned for that. I gotta find another tabbed page. I love, this is actually, like I can say this confidently, this is my favorite calendar of all time that I've done. Just the simple theme and the dots, and I love it. This was my like back to school theme this year, and I really played around with the like weekly setups too, and like this was the year of growing in my bullet journal for me for 2020. This is my favorite theme of all time. The October sunflower, and I can say this confidently. I said with the August one, it was one of my favorites. This is my all-time favorite. monthly spread, but the only thing is I didn't even like use it. I stopped halfway through the month and then picked back up for November. I just wasn't feeling it. November is a coffee theme. Gotta find my other tabs. I played around with like the graph, like line graph trackers for water and sleep logs. I've done it for mood too, but I didn't like it that much, so I like it much better for sleep and water logs. This is the quote page that I actually got right. This is my best quote page. I love this page. It's so pretty. Let's see, my other tab. This is my Christmas theme. This is this month, so there won't be a couple of the weekly spreads in here because I still have a couple weeks left in December. So yeah, I did another line graph for the water and sleep logs this month. This habit tracker is like my favorite. I might make a video of like my favorite types of spreads like for habit trackers and stuff. But this is my favorite. That is it. I am at the last couple of pages. At the very end, I will actually come up on the last page for the last week. This is my 2021 bullet journal, like planning what I was going to put in my next bullet journal, which I will have a video up in the next couple weeks, I promise. But yeah, until next time.